Honorable and respected brothers and elders, whenever you have an intention to do something, sometimes as human beings, as Muslims, you can get the odd intention, the irada, to do something. Something good comes to mind, something like an inspiration. I can give you 101 examples, but I'm sure you can put yourself in that situation and think, recent, perhaps not in the far past, where you've had just a thought, a good thought. Perhaps to give some sadaqah, perhaps to just do something good, to do something for your community, to do something for your family. Whatever the shape or form, whenever we have a good intention in mind, that is itself a good blessing and a ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Any good thought is a ni'mah and blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we think of good intentions, we generally think that if I intend to do something good, that's good. But there's also something additional to that. If you intend to stop from bad, you intend to stop from doing something guna, something sin, that also is a good intention as well. A good intention doesn't mean you want to just increase your good deeds. A good intention can also mean to decrease your bad deeds. So someone, for example, has an issue where they, for example, now have unfortunately, but they use their eyes in the wrong way. They're addicted to watching explicit material online, films that perhaps they shouldn't be watching at all. So what happens is the person knows, I've got an issue, I've got a problem, inshallah I'm going to try and stop. That itself is a good intention. That's a blessing and ni'mah from Allah. And on your intention, you will always get rewarded. Always. You will always get a reward for making an intention for having a good deed. When a person thinks of something good, and the person intends something good, immediately you will get a complete reward just for intending that. من هم بحسنة فلم يعملها كتب الله تبارك وتعالى عنده حسنة كاملة. Whoever intends to do a good deed, whichever way, shape or form it is, small, big, wherever it is, when you intend something good, immediately you're going to get the reward for that. For example, I've got a son, I wish him to become a Hafiz of Quran. Inshallah, I'll get one reward for that already. I also plan for my daughter also likewise. So I'm going to get a reward for that. When they do complete it, وَمَنْ هَمَّ بِهَا فَعَمِلَهَا. The hadith mentions then whoever so intends a good deed, and then they practically follow that good deed up, meaning they do it, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give them a minimum of 10 times more reward. 10 times more. So this is how kind Allah is, because when you do a sin, you get one sin. Obviously sins are different in terms, obviously zina is going to be big, qatl and murder is going to be big, interest and zulm and injustice is going to be a very big sin, but it's still just one. And on the Day of Judgment, according to the sins we've done, they'll be weighed on the Day of Judgment. However, some good deeds, they may be just one deed, but Allah in His infinite mercy multiplies it by 10. So how can someone go to Jahannam when you get 10 times more good and you only get one bad? Subhanallah. Allah could have flipped it around and said, look, because I'm giving you Jannah for free, I'm giving you Akhirah for free, I'm giving you Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam for free, we're going to flip it. You do one sin, I'm going to give you 10. So you're going to have to do more good deeds than thingy. You've got to prove yourself. Allah could have said that, but no, He didn't. Because He's so kind. He said, no, do one, you get multiplied by 10. So this is why what it is that we should make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for good thoughts to come. May Allah please inspire me for khair, inspire me to do good. Allahumma alhimni rushdi. Allahumma oh Allah, inspire me to do good, inspire me to come onto the right path. Oh Allah, inspire me for goodness. And whenever we have a negative thought, we should repel this. And like you may hear me, I make this dua quite often. Allahumma arina al-haqqa haqqa warzuqna ittiba'ah وَأَرِنَا الْبَاطِلَ بَاطِلًا وَارْزُقْنَا اجْتِنَابًا. I constantly make this dua, and I recommend others to learn it and make it. It mentions, oh Allah, أَرِنَا الْحَقَّ حَقَّ. Oh Allah, show me good as good, and let me see evil for evil, and give me the ability to practice good and abstain from the evil. So what it is, I'm asking, oh Allah, you know what's good, let me also see good as good. Because unfortunately, before the times of Qiyamah, good people and good things will be seen as bad. Good things will be seen as bad, and bad things will be seen as good. So, أَرِنَا الْحَقَّ حَقَّ. Wallah, let me see haqq and good as truthful, and give me the ability to practice it. And let me see batil and falsehood as it is, and give me the ability to abstain. So, but whenever we repel a negative thought, this is an act of mujahada. You will get rewarded on this particular action. Understand it like this: any good deed that comes in your mind is similar to a guest from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a ni'mah, a blessing. Now put ourselves in a worldly context. You've got a guest that comes to your house. Okay? If you entertain that guest, welcome them in, salam wa salam, call them in, and you mashallah look after that guest, entertain that guest, feed that guest, in future they'll think to themselves, I'm going to go to mashallah Sajjad's house in the future again. I'm going to go to Jubair's house in the future. I'm going to go to Muhammad's house in the future. Because mashallah, they showed so much izzat and respect. But if someone comes to the door and the first thing you think of is, yaar ye kebab ki haddi kahan se aa gaya? You know, kebab mein haddi. You know, we give this example in Urdu. When you eat kebab, it's so soft and minced in it. But when you bite them, there's the bone. Like, right, where did this bone come from? Keema is supposed to be soft. So it's an example that kebab mein haddi. So when someone comes to your door, oh, Assalamualaikum, yeah, bro, I'm just a bit busy. But maybe come back another time. Even though Shara'an, it's permissible to do that, and the person won't be sinful for telling you to come at another time with akhlaq. Like, for example, brother, I'm so happy to see you. You just caught me at a bad time. Is it possible perhaps we could meet another time? And inshallah, I would love to meet you again. That's fine. And we shouldn't take offense from that. No, he didn't lift in the Quran. He didn't even, bro, listen, you got don't. It's not about you. It's about them as well, right? It's a bit of give and take. But I'm saying, put yourself in that situation. Even if someone asked you to go and they didn't think, next time you're still going to have, you know, should I disturb, shouldn't I? You know, there's going to be a level of hesitancy perhaps in you. But definitely if the person shuns you, and you come to the person's door and say, bro, can you just do one? I don't just come back another time. You're going to think, do I ever want to go back there again? Hell no. So likewise, a good intention that comes from Allah is similar like a guest. If you entertain that guest, those thoughts are going to come back because you made shukr on the ni'mah, and you thanked Allah, and you appreciated that ni'mah. And that is those good thoughts which come. But when we reject them, maybe they won't come so often. So this is why we say, don't ever look down upon any small deed. Allah ma'afam, this is what Shaytaan will do. He'll make you think, bruv, you're so sinful, what's that one little good deed gonna do? What's that one good deed gonna do? Don't ever look down upon any good deed. Like the Prophet even mentioned it, لَا تَحْقِرَنَّ. Don't ever look down upon any act of goodness. Why? Because you don't know what's going to earn the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'll give you an example, and maybe you've heard this. It's a very, very often quoted, and it's an authentic riwayat as well, where a man, subhanallah, and there's two riwayat mentions exactly, but I'll mention the female one. A woman, subhanallah, who did the most lewdest of action, which we would refer to in terms of her own izzah. She was a prostitute and she used to sell her body for money, subhanallah. But this act was something, subhanallah, which in Islam we completely disagree with. Okay? What happened is that she went to a well to draw out some water, and she saw that there was a dog nearby also in need of water as well. So she had rahm on that dog. This dog also is a human, like it's a soul that breathes. So She drew some water, gave the water to the dog to drink. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent wahi, Allahu Akbar, to the Nabi of the time to inform him that this act of kindness, this gesture of kindness has earned this woman's forgiveness.